BrettO Live!
What is going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and today with a Week in Review episode 53 setup video. But before we even get into this video, I know it's going up on Sunday because yesterday was the upload of Data Live versus BrettO Live. So please go check out that video. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, you guys need to check it out. It's on the channel right now. One of the newest videos on the channel. Just uploaded it yesterday. That's why the Week in Review didn't go up on Saturday like normal. This is Sunday, but still, really, you guys enjoy. And to make you want to go check out the Data Live versus BrettO Live no disqualification match, I'm gonna pop up a little clip right now from that video. 1, 2, 3. Alright guys, the link is in the top right, so make sure to go check out that out if you want to. But yes guys, there's a Week in Review setup, episode 53, what you came here for. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Starting over here, it was Alistair Black versus Oney Lorcan, and honestly, Alistair Black, just like I said last week and the weeks before that, Alistair Black deserves better competition. Next week on Raw, he is going to have a qualification match to get into the Money in the Bank ladder match, which I'm really looking forward to. I kind of forgot who he's going up against. I don't think it's Apollo Crews, but it's somebody, I forgot. But yeah, he is going to have a qualification match for Money in the Bank, but today, on Monday, he went up against Oney Lorcan. Pretty decent match. Oney Lorcan's very hard-hitting. Obviously, Alistair Black, in the end, picked up the victory. Imagine what an upset victory it would be if Oney Lorcan won that match. But of course, Alistair Black won the match. I mean, props for Oney Lorcan showing up to the match. I mean, showing up to Raw. I mean, I think that's amazing. But in the end, Alistair Black did win. And again, like I said, Alistair Black deserves way more. To see him winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, that would be freaking interesting as crap. So yeah, I'm interested in that. And hopefully he qualifies for Money in the Bank next week. Moving over here, it was, well, actually a bunch of different matches transpired here. First, it was Austin Theory versus Akira Tozawa. And honestly, WWE is just holding back Austin Theory so much. From what I've seen him do in NXT compared to what he's doing now in the main roster, it's really, like, it's not even the same guy, at least in my opinion. But, yeah, he went up against Akira Tozawa, and obviously, Austin Theory ended up picking up the victory. Little trash talking during the match, and then after the match, Andrade and Joe Garza and Austin Theory all beat up on Akira Tozawa. And then also, I don't know if his figure, but Angel Garza went up against some random jobber. And then, obviously, he beat this random guy, probably from a local wrestling company or something. He beat this guy. And then same thing with Akira Tozawa. Angel Garza, Austin Theory, and Andrade all beat up on this random jobber and just left him dead in the ring. But then Andrade went up against Drew McIntyre in the main event of the show, and things turned out a little different. We're going to have to wait. We are going to get into that. Don't worry. But yeah, let's move on. I will get into that. Don't worry. Moving over here, one of my favorite tag teams on Monday Night Raw right now, one of the newest teams, and they lose, man. Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. They have matching attires, so this is probably going to be going on for a while, and I love this tag team. This is so freaking awesome. Even though they lost, they still showed up with a great match against the Viking Raiders. Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar did pick up the victory over these two, but dude, they had matching yellow attires. They look so freaking cool, man. Oh my gosh. But yeah, hopefully in the future we can see Cedric and Ricochet become Raw Tag Champs. Of course, they got to beat what do you call them? Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm blanking on their name. Street Profits. But yeah, hopefully they could pick up those Raw Tag titles in the future. But yes, they did lose to the Viking Raiders, sadly. But I still really love this freaking team. Moving over here is Becky Lynch basically just talking about, she come out with a promo, her promo gear on. She's basically just saying, hey, anybody who wins Money in the Bank, whoever wins Money in the Bank, I'll be coming after you. There's no way you're cashing in on me. Basically just calling out the winner of the Money in the Bank match, which we haven't even seen yet. But of course, Becky Lynch trying to get the upper hand, trying to call out whoever wins that briefcase and says, go ahead, cash in on me. I'm not afraid. But yeah, Becky Lynch basically just was talking about that. Moving over here, it was some qualifying matches for Money in the Bank, the women's match. For the Raw side, it was Asuka versus Ruby Riott, and I'm like, oh my gosh, guaranteed Ruby Riott gets this victory. They're going to start pushing Ruby Riott, put Kairi Sane back with Asuka in a tag team, but no, Asuka won this match. The match was really, really weak in my opinion, but Asuka did win the match. And then I thought it was pretty interesting during the match. Ruby Riott's like, I want the real Asuka. And then Asuka kind of showed up. She's like, yeah, here's the real Asuka. And then she dominated her and then made Ruby Riott tap out. Asuka qualified for the Money in the Bank match. Moving over here, this was hilarious. Shayna Baszler versus Sarah Logan, another qualifying match for the women's Money in the Bank match, at least the Raw side. Well, Sarah Logan, this was so stupid. Okay, so Shayna Baszler slams the arm of Sarah Logan, like supposedly breaking the arm of Sarah Logan, and then the ring announcer, stupid Mike Rome. I've always hated this guy. This guy sucks at ring announcing. I could do way better than him. Nobody's as good as Justin Roberts, in my opinion. But this guy's like, and your winner, Sarah Logan. I'm like, what? Shayna Baszler just nailed her arm, and Sarah Logan can't continue. So Shayna Baszler wins. She did, but the commentator said, and our ring announcer making a mistake here. Shayna Baszler did win the match because Sarah Logan couldn't continue. But yeah, Shayna Baszler qualified for the Money in the Bank match. Just thought that was kind of funny. While we're on the topic of qualification matches for Money in the Bank, Nia Jax versus Kairi Sane over here. Obviously, Nia Jax picking up the victory. It's going to be interesting to see Nia Jax in a Money in the Bank match. She dominated Kairi Sane tonight. She did like an insane modified Samoan drop to Kairi Sane. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, interesting. It's pretty cool to see Nia Jax back here on Monday Night Raw, and I'm really interested to see what she's going to do in the Money in the Bank match. But yeah, she did qualify, just like all these other women over here. Moving over here, it was Charlotte. Brand new fix-up, by the way. Feel free to do it. I just used the Miss Elizabeth dress. It looks freaking amazing. Love the look of it. She came out with her NXT Championship, even though she should be on NXT now. Very interesting why she's not on NXT. But yeah, okay. She comes out basically saying how Rhea Ripley was nothing, and I kind of forgot what her entire thing. She's basically just saying like bow down to the queen, woo, and I don't even know what she said, but yeah, it was something like that. Moving over, and I thought it was boring as crap. Moving over here, Bobby Lashley versus No Way Jose, and obviously, Bobby Lashley picked up the victory over No Way Jose. I thought they were going to have another kind of controversial thing with Lana on ringside. Well, they kind of did. Bobby Lashley got out of the ring and said, Lana, shut up, please. But yeah, I thought Lana was going to tell him to do another move similar to what happened at WrestleMania, but no, nothing happened with that. Bobby Lashley just cleanly beat No Way Jose. And the match we've all been waiting for, Drew McIntyre versus Andrade in the main event. And Andrade and Selena Vega's team have been dominating the entire night of Monday Night Raw, but Drew McIntyre put a stop to it. Claymore kick, took out Andrade, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, let's go. I love Drew McIntyre, man. Such a good WWE champion already. I loved him on the mic. He also had a promo in the beginning with Andrade, which was amazing. Not going to be talking about that, but still amazing. Again, he went up against Andrade, friggin' beat him, and he defied the odds. He took out Angel Garza and Austin Theory during this match to pin Andrade, which was amazing. But then after the match, Seth Rollins, the Eminem, the Monday Night Messiah of Monday Night Raw, come out, and I'm like, oh my god, the next challenger for the WWE Championship is Seth freaking Rollins. At first I said, oh my gosh, he never lost the title because of his injury, but no, he did win it. I looked back at I think it might have been Money in the Bank, how all members of the Shield held the title, but I was like, oh my god, he never lost the title, but no, he won it back a couple years ago, I think. But yeah, Seth Rollins is going to be the next challenger for the WWE Championship, probably at Money in the Bank. He come out, took out Drew McIntyre with a little help from Angel Garza, but then Angel Garza ran out of the ring. I really didn't find a reason for Angel Garza to need to take out Drew McIntyre. Kind of thought that made Seth Rollins look a little bad, how Angel Garza took out Drew McIntyre's leg, and then Seth Rollins got the attack in, and then Seth Rollins, of course, curb stomped Drew McIntyre twice into the mat, and then he looked at the WWE title. And if you guys are wondering why the WWE title is upside down, it was upside down in the show. So yeah. But yeah, I love that moment. Really hyped it's going to be Seth Rollins, next challenger for Drew McIntyre. I think that's freaking amazing. All right, guys, here we're going to move into SmackDown. Like I said, same thing, just like Raw setup style. Here we freaking go. Moving over here, Elias was supposed to have a musical performance out in the SmackDown Performance Center arena. And then King Corbin, the selfish bully that he is, even though I freaking love King Corbin, attacks him before he could even make it out to the ring. So he assaulted Elias backstage with his staff. He had his crown on. He assaulted him with his guitar. He freaking just brutalized Elias on the outside. Absolutely disgusting to see King Corbin do this to Elias. I honestly really like it. I'm not sure how... I did like this segment, how King Corbin assaulted him backstage, but I'm not sure how I feel about them continuing this rivalry with Elias. I think they should have just ended it with WrestleMania. But of course, King Corbin doesn't like somebody else getting the last laugh on him. King Corbin's got to get the last laugh, man. So of course he had to attack him backstage. I don't really know how I feel about that, to be honest. I honestly wish that rivalry could have ended, but the segment wasn't too bad backstage. Moving over here, it was Sasha Banks, just like last week. Bayley said if Tamina can beat Sasha Banks, Tamina will get her opportunity at the SmackDown Live championship that Bayley holds right now. So yes, Sasha Banks versus Tamina, and Lacey Evans with a little help. Very interesting to see Lacey Evans come out and sort of like help Tamina. So Bayley was about to get involved and help out Sasha Banks, but here comes Lacey Evans, takes out Bayley, and then Tamina was able to pick up the victory with a super kick to Sasha Banks. Very interesting. Kind of weird how I thought it was kind of weird how Lacey Evans came out and helped Tamina, but yes, Tamina is probably going to be getting an opportunity at the SmackDown Women's Championship at Money in the Bank, so I am looking forward to that. And yeah, Tamina, you never know, she could pick up that title. That would be freaking interesting as crap, but yeah, that's pretty interesting right there. Moving over here with Sheamus versus some random jobber from probably like a local company in the area, and Sheamus obviously dominated. I am getting tired of this. Honestly, Sheamus needs a new thing. He needs a rivalry, man. He needs to be up there with like Sami. I just want to see him versus Sami Zayn. I want to see freaking Sheamus as Intercontinental Champion. I think that would just be amazing. But yeah, Sheamus beat some jobber up, and I'm just getting so tired of it. I just think it's so boring. Super boring, but yeah. Moving over here, it was Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville promised that she will say sorry and just clean everything up with Mandy Rose, but she didn't. At first, Sonya Deville tried to have like a bunch of sorrow in her voice and in her tone, and then she turns on Mandy. She's like, I didn't care about you, you selfish Mandy Rose, just making fun of her looks and all this. Even though I don't know how you can make fun of Mandy Rose's looks. I mean, dang. But yeah, Sonya Deville definitely jabbing at Mandy Rose and making fun of her, how she's with Otis, and then Dolph Ziggler comes out, tries to get a little close with Mandy. That doesn't work out too well because here comes Otis, and then in the end, Otis and Mandy did stand tall, but pretty interesting to see Mandy and Otis stand tall for the first time here. Well, not for the first time, obviously, but it's interesting to see how Dolph Ziggler and Sonya Deville did not get the best of Mandy and Otis. I thought that was interesting, but I do love this rivalry. I think it's amazing. I always love how they replay the Valentine's Day thing. I just can never get enough of that. I just think it's so funny, man. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty good segment right there. Enjoyed that. Moving over here, it was Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan in a decent 1v1 match right here. Wasn't the best match of the night, in my opinion, but still not a half bad match. There was some pretty high-flying stuff from Daniel Bryan. Some pretty insane feats of strength from Cesaro, and in the end, Daniel Bryan had the label locked in, and whatever you guys want to call it, the yes lock. He had it locked in on Cesaro, but then here comes Shinsuke Nakamura into the ring. He's trying to interfere, he's trying to break it up, so then that bell rings, and then Daniel Bryan doesn't win, but Drew Gulak, I don't have a Drew Gulak figure, but Drew Gulak holds Shinsuke Nakamura back from getting in the ring and breaking up that pin. Very interesting, but yeah, Drew Gulak helped out Daniel Bryan, and then of course Cesaro tapped out. I thought that was pretty interesting, decent match, and yeah. Moving on, here we had a moment of bliss. It was Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, of course, moment of bliss, with special guest Braun Strowman. Very interesting right here. This was the first promo of the night, and yeah, you know, they had a little promo here. Alexa Bliss is like, all right, let's take a look what happened last week. They show like what the Fiend did on the Firefly Funhouse and all this. They're just recapping about like the past with like the Black Sheep and everything. And then yeah, Braun Strowman looks to his left and he sees a present, and he's like, Alexa Bliss, you didn't have to get me a present. Alexa Bliss, like, I did not get you that. And then Braun's a little skeptical. He opens it up and he sees the Black Sheep mask, of course. Before he was the Monster Among Men, he was the Black Sheep, part of the Wyatt family with Rowan, Harper, Wyatt, and Strowman, all in the same tag team. Who remembers that, man? That was freaking amazing. But yeah, absolutely insane how they are bringing back the Black Sheep mask and talking about Braun Strowman's past. I think that is so interesting. I think that's enhancing this rivalry with Bray Wyatt. I freaking love it, and I'm really looking forward to their match at Money in the Bank. That's going to be freaking amazing. But I love how they brought out the match. I just love that. Moving over here, it was Dana Brooke versus Naomi. This match was boring as crap, man. Oh my gosh. And then in the end, Dana Brooke won. Like, are you kidding me? They just got Naomi back with this new look, and she loses? And Dana Brooke, I freaking can't stand Dana Brooke. The longtime viewers know I cannot stand Dana Brooke. She is so annoying. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if I'm the only one, but oh my god, so annoying. But yeah, Dana Brooke won, and she is qualifying for the Money in the Bank women's Money in the Bank briefcase match, which is insane. Before I move on, speaking of the Money in the Bank briefcase match, they are going to be having, it's not going to be your normal Money in the Bank match. They are going to be having it at the WWE headquarters in Florida, and the superstars start on the first floor, and the Money in the Bank briefcase is on the roof of this building. I have no idea what to think about that, but that is insane. Can't wait for the Money in the Bank, dude. After I heard that, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be freaking insane. I'm so interested on that. Moving over here, it was Big E, Jey Uso, and The Miz in a triple threat match. Of course, making up from the WrestleMania match where it was Jimmy Uso, John Morrison, and Kofi Kingston in a triple threat match. And Big E got another opportunity. Jey Uso got another opportunity. And in the end, Big E, he executed it, man. We got the eight-time World tag team champions, the New Day. Big E picking up the victory. I was so shocked. Once that referee hit 3, I'm like, what? No way. Big E just won. So, yeah, New Day, you're brand new tag team champions here on SmackDown. I couldn't believe it. I'm so surprised they took it away from The Miz and Morrison. I am insanely surprised about that. I can't believe it. Like, is Miz and Morrison, like, done? Like, what is going on with that? Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, that's crazy. Jey Uso didn't even... I have no idea what's going on with this. But, yeah, Big E in the end did pick up their SmackDown Live tag titles. Insane. I was not freaking expecting that. But, yeah, guys, that was SmackDown and Raw in the setup style. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like on this video. Comment down below something awesome. And, guys, again, check out the match that was uploaded yesterday, Saturday. Of course, the weekend review getting postponed to Sunday here today. But, yes, check out the match that was uploaded yesterday between Dead Alive versus BrettO Live. It's on the channel right now. Check it freaking out. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Before we get going, I just want to rate Raw and SmackDown this week. SmackDown, I am going to give a 8 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty good... No, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And for Raw, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I thought both shows were decent this week. And I thought SmackDown was better, obviously, because of the 7. But yes, guys, those are my ratings for Raw and SmackDown. Let me know yours in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. BrettO Live out.